Hey, Empirenistas. Hello, everybody in the Empirenista Business Incubator. It is Alicia Henderson, and I know I've been away for a few days without a Facebook Live, without a bunch of posts to you guys, but had the summer flu, and now it's spring break. So that is most likely, probably 100% the reason why I have chose this topic to talk about this today on Tuesday. So if you're there, shout me out a hey girl hey and let me know who is watching. If you're a replay viewer, hello and thanks for watching the replay. Let me know you're watching the replay too. And if you are a new member, hello, shout us out and say hello. Introduce yourself. Let us know what it is that you do so that way we can support you and help build relationships with you. Okay, so if you're there, I see two people. So hey guys, hello Empirenistas. How are you guys doing? So it's spring break, as I mentioned, and it's not an easy thing to work while your kids are here. I decided to talk about this topic because summer vacation is going to be coming soon, probably about in the next 2.5 months. I think my kids got to get out in June this year, but like the second week of June. Last year was the first week of June. So, hey Lacey, hey girl, hey. Um, I owe you a sequence. That's what I'm supposed to be working on right now. But I've been up probably since my alarm clock goes off at 6. I've been out of the bed since 7. Been doing a lot of things, but I have yet to sit down and actually work. We have some guests coming. We have spring break, and so I was doing everything but that, making sure my kitchen was clean because I hate when people come over, and I feel like there's two sets of these people, and I'm kind of keeping what I'm doing is or who they are a secret because if you can't hear, I have some people in the background. My two kids are watching Ice Age, something on HBO, DirecTV, whatever. And these two sets of people, my side and my husband's side, when they come to my house, they use my island as like the pharmacy counter and like they just use my kitchen and spread everything so I cannot take it. So I said psychologically what I'm gonna do is send a message, subliminal message, like you came to my kitchen, you saw that the counters were clean, please keep them this way. But that's why next house we buy, my office will be upstairs, or at least not. They'll have a room to stay downstairs because they're getting older. Anyways, so as I was saying, I've been up since 7. I've been doing everything like vacuuming, cleaning, making sure my kitchen is clean, organizing Empire Nista headquarters, but I have not sat down to do any work, and I owe a sequence to Lacey to get over to her. But working when your kids are at home, I feel like I need to come closer to you guys. I don't know. Let me know if I need to come closer so you can hear me. Working at home when your kids are at home is not easy. And I've been doing this since 2009. To my daughter, my oldest daughter is now 10. And I started having my own business when she was about 15, 18 months old. And it was not easy then, and it certainly is not easy now. When you have kids who are older, you still have to try to figure out how to get all this stuff in between taking them to school, sitting down, being able to exercise or work out, getting work done, sending stuff to your team, and then being able to do all this stuff before you have to pick them up. Not only that, they may even have a minimum day, and my kids have a minimum day every Wednesday. They get out at 1 o'clock, and I hate those days because I have to do everything in a short amount of time. But the best thing that you can do, and if you hear anything from me today in this broadcast, is to prioritize your things that you have to do. This comes in handy with everything that you're doing every single day in your business. Like I haven't even wrote out my day. Actually, I haven't even planned my week out because I knew that it was going to be an interesting week as far as them being in spring break and guests and all that stuff. And my kids have 2 weeks of spring break, not one, but 2 weeks of spring break. So it's this week and next week. So it's very interesting. It's interesting to have them here. But if you don't get anything out of this Facebook Live broadcast, after all the rambling and all that, prioritize what you're doing. Prioritize your task. Prioritize the things that you have to do each day. Prioritize what you can get done and what you can't get done. Now, if you have littles at home, I know that's very hard because you got to make sure they don't hurt themselves. If they're a baby, you have to, feed them all the time, change diapers, or whatever the case is. I do say to sleep when the baby sleeps. I know that's sometimes impossible and you feel like you got to do things when they are asleep, but sleep is a rare commodity when you have a baby. So I always do try to encourage my clients and other, moms to sleep when they sleep. But when they are toddlers, that's a whole nother thing. I remember I was getting my certification for my medical billing company. And when I was doing that, my oldest, she took a magic marker, those Sharpies, and took it and wrote on the back screen door, on the screen door. And I didn't know that she did this. And I had a Sharpie there for whatever reason on the kitchen table, because that's where I started my business, on the kitchen table at first. I'm going to come a little closer. And then I had a highlighter, and she just took the magic marker, the Sharpie, and wrote on the screen door, on the glass patio door. So, and I didn't know that. And so I do know that it's a lot of work to have little ones there. But I always say, if you have 5 minutes, do the most that you can within those 5 minutes. If that means you have to respond to an email, do that. If that means that you're just, getting your newsletter out. And I want to say, when you prioritize, make sure the things that you're doing are easy. A lot of times we make business hard. We make building our list hard. And I'm preaching to myself right now, because I'm always telling Lacey, I just got to get this done. I don't need to make it hard for myself. I really just need to get it done. And I always keep saying, like, don't make it so hard. So in that 5 minutes, make the things that matter, the priorities, the thing that you really need to do, get those things done first. The other stuff, like the colors, the brand colors, the logo, that can wait. And honestly, if you can afford to, if it's within your budget, have someone help you. That is the best thing that you can do. And I mean, have somebody help you with all things. If you need to get someone to come over, a nanny to watch your kid for an hour or two, do that. If it's within your budget. If you need to have someone cook your meals and prepare them for you, do that. If you need to have someone come over, a housekeeper, and just dust and sweep for you, do that. If it's within your budget to do and it's something that you need, do it. And I love that it's not just about having a team as a VA. It's about having other members of your that can support you. So if you can get a support team, by all means do that. If your husband or your spouse or your partner can help you, enlist a honey to-do list. This is what I need you to do when you're here. Or, take some stuff. You're a team. You're supposed to be a team. Take some things. Say, okay, this is what I'll do. This is what I won't do. Look, I'm not a cook. I don't like to cook, but my husband loves to cook. So he is the one who cooks dinners. I'll get the recipe. I'll find a clean recipe for him to cook. He cooks it, and we all eat it because he likes to do those things. I don't like to cook necessarily. I just cook to survive, or to feed my kids because they're hungry. But I don't necessarily like to cook. So that's not a priority of mine. But a priority is sitting down and saying, hey, this is what we're going to cook for the week. So that way we already know. Make sure we have the ingredients so we're not scrambling the day of. And, really, if we need to put it in the crock pot, we do that. Start it at 6 o'clock in the morning, have it done, and ever since This Is Us came out with that episode of Fire in the House, I always check to make sure the cords are working. So you want to make sure that you do that. So you want to prioritize. If you have to have, like I said, a housekeeper come over, like literally, this is what I'm going to do. This is my goal by the end of the year. Is just have someone come in and vacuum, because I cannot stand a dirty carpet or, jacked up floors all the time. And just someone to come and dust and vacuum maybe once a week. So that way I can just have sanity, because I'm a neat freak and I like to have things in place where they should go. So I just need that for my own sanity. If I need someone to help prepare my meals, I go buy meals from this one clean eating place. They have different meals that I can select. It helps me to stay on track with my eating. It helps me make sure that I eat during the day, especially during lunch, working from home. And that helps. So your priorities help. So each day or each week, even within that 5 minutes, if that means planning out your day or planning out your week, do that. If that means sitting down within that 5 minutes and creating, or just bullet points of content that you can create, do that. But your priorities are key. What you need to do is key for you to make sure that you run your business. Now, if your kids are a little older, you have flexibility, but you still need to make sure that you are there. You need to still make sure that you are having those priorities. Because let me tell you, you can drop your kids off at school, come home, sit down, have that drink of tea, get on your phone, and scroll on Instagram all day, and you know what? An hour or two has gone past, and you done went down the rabbit hole. What is this? Like, I'm seriously sitting here while I'm talking to you. I see something about the Raiders, and they might sign Colin Kaepernick. I can get I go on NFL.com, I go on NBA.com, and I start looking. My dad texts me about who Kirk Cousins signed with. If you don't know, I like sports, so I like basketball and football. So that's one of the main things that I pop on my phone. But anyways, the thing is, I can be on Instagram. I can see something I like on Instagram, fitness or clothes or whatever the case is. Oh, let me like that. Ooh, let me go to Amazon and get that. Or ooh, let me order that. And I just go down a rabbit hole. So you want to make sure that that's not a priority of mine. That has nothing to do with it. And by the time I'm on the phone, especially on Wednesdays, I'm like telling my VA, like, hey, I don't have anything. I didn't do my job. Like she requires that I get stuff done so she can do her job, and I didn't do that. So all I'm saying is today, when you have kids, it's very difficult. It is difficult to work from home, but the way that you can make it easier for yourself and to alleviate the stress is to have your priorities in place. Like today, I'm most likely going to take my kids outside, let them ride their bikes to their heart's content. It's very nice outside. It's going to be 75, 78 degrees here in Southern California. Well, I sit there and work on this membership site sequence for my funnel. Do you see what I'm saying? And I decided too that I was not going to have any client calls this week and next week because what sense does it make? I'm going to be taking them out to different activities. So that was a part of my priority, and I had planned for that already. So the biggest thing is plan and prioritize. What can you do today that's going to help you work better while you're at home, or if you need to, get up and go to Starbucks or the local library or some place that's going to help you be the most productive that you can. So I hope you have found some takeaways from this broadcast and that it helps you to work better while your kids are at home. And also, don't be afraid to, enlist your kids to clean up after themselves, because you don't want to raise an entitled child who doesn't know how to clean up after themselves. Because when they get to college, they're going to be thinking that their roommate's going to do that for them, and that's going to be a rude awakening for them. So, girl, just teach your kids, sing the little cleanup song, teamwork from I don't know what was that show called, Teamwork, everybody. Hey guys, what was that song called that you guys used to sing? No. The one with the duck and the mouse. Okay, whatever. It was on Disney Channel. My kids, like I said, they're 10 and 8, 9, 7 and 10 years old. So I don't know what they have on those. They don't even have that show anymore. But whatever. It was like these animals, and they saved another animal, and they came up and they did sing this song about teamwork. Anyways, sing that song about teamwork, or clean up, or make a song, or whatever it is. That way they can learn to put things away so you're not stepping on them and stabbing the mess out of your feet. Huh? No, not that. Not Duck Tunes. But thank you. So anyways, that's all I have to say. And I'm signing off so that I can get started and get something done. It's 11 o'clock, as I said. I've been up out of the bed since 7. Priorities, guys. Priorities. So see you all later. Have an awesome empire building productive day. And for more tips, feel free to come back for more Facebook Lives. And also, for those of you that are interested in working with me, feel free to send me a private message and we can get a discovery chat started so we can see how you and I both can fit to work together as your business strategist and you as my dream client. So, signing off. Have a good day, guys. Talk to you later.